Alabama Spitfire, the title kind of gives it away, that it's about how Harper Lee became Harper Lee, as well as the creation of her best-known work, To Kill a Mockingbird. But more than that, I think it's the story of the development of a writer and how writers look to their past for inspiration. When I was a kid, the part I most wanted to play was Atticus Finch. And not that I ever was going to be cast as Atticus Finch when I was acting, but I read that courtroom speech over and over in my bedroom, and for a long time I thought maybe I wanted to be a lawyer because of being inspired by him. But I think I literally was practicing saying the words out loud that Harper Lee wrote, and in a way that's like tremendous practice for a writer to hear language and to study someone else's book. So having read To Kill a Mockingbird over 20 times and did it as an annual summer treat, honoring when I first read it in the summer between 5th grade and 6th grade, I think that language kind of seeped into me and really inspired and continues to inspire the work that I do from then and from now. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's interesting because I think I'm an accidental biographer. I started with fiction, and before fiction I started with acting. And I think that quote really kind of combines the two, that you need to walk around in someone's skin, you need to get the feel for them, who they are as a person. I really had to look to her book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and look for the similarities between her and Scout. And my long love of Scout, I think, let me pretend in a way that I was Scout. And I think I'd been doing that my whole life, wanting to ask the hard questions, wanting to make sure adults were telling me the truth, wanting to make change and understand the world. How Nelle came to love words and how I came to love words, may be a little different. I didn't feel really heard as a kid, and I think words, whether spoken or written down, I started to realize, oh, that's how you communicate what you feel, even when it's difficult. You can communicate it to yourself first by writing it down, and then hearing yourself makes you want to see if other people can hear you. And so I would write journals and really bad poems. Now I have this huge bookshelf where I can keep all those books that I decided were worth keeping forever, and traveling with me from across the country at different moves to all wind up here to be able to share with students of mine, to be able to share with instructors when they come, and also to revisit myself, just looking at the bookshelves. And I have a picture of childhood me on the bookshelf to help remind me of why I do what I do, and who young Bethany was and what she wanted to say. And so those books kind of have all given me something to say. In 2nd through 4th grade, I seriously loved Ramona the Pest. I still do. And my 2nd grade teacher would read it out loud, and I thought I was Ramona, although I didn't have the page boy haircut that I wanted to have, that everybody had in the 70s except for me. And then when I read Scout, I think they're both spunky personalities, and that little page boy haircut merged into the same person for me. And so I would imagine myself not only as Ramona, but also as Scout. And I think we talk about spunky girls in literature, and they can kind of be a cliche, but both of those characters are so real, and spunky girls need their heroes, and so do quiet girls who are going to become spunky girls, and boys who are interacting with spunky girls. And those two characters just kind of gave me hope about allowing myself to be who I was, who was pretty spunky. So I think it's about, really following your dreams and having the courage to do that, and then deciding how you want to live your life. and having the courage and the grit and the determination to do that. So hopefully it'll speak to the Spitfire in all readers.